Okay, so don't mind the wind. I know it may get in the background, and don't mind the cars that you might hear in the background as well. It just happened to be like this today, but I've got the 2024 Tesla Model 3. I've had this for more than 3 months now at the time of this recording, and we're going to talk about my experience after using it for more than 4,000 miles. I'm actually past the 4,500 mark, going to 5,000 miles with this. Yeah, that's a lot, but I'm telling you, normally I don't drive that much, but with this, it's just been super fun driving the 2024 Tesla Model 3. And I'm actually going to pull out my notes that I have right on the side over here. So spoiler alert, like, awesome, I have the long range, so I'm getting 333 miles of range, even though the EPA is estimated 341. It all depends on the driver usage too, so do keep that in mind. 0 to 60 in 4.2 seconds, all-wheel drive, absolutely great. It's especially great since all-wheel drive in the winter, you know, it's a little bit better than rear-wheel drive, especially where I live, where the winters aren't the greatest. I mean, when I say not the greatest, it goes a little harsh, although this winter was surprisingly not that bad. Anyway, it's getting a little bit windy. But let's quickly talk about the exterior. It's refined. The headlights right up there are more sportier, and they remind me of the updated Tesla Roadster, which we're still waiting for to come out. It was unveiled in 2017, and it's 2024, almost halfway through 2024. We still didn't get the Tesla Roadster, but nonetheless, like, these headlights right here, they are more sporty, they look really nice, and the tail lights as well are also really nice. It's one whole piece right there, just like you can see, instead of two separate pieces. So that's also a huge plus and something I really do appreciate. The Tesla logo on the back is also gone. It's replaced with a T now, or the T logo is replaced with Tesla letterings instead, just like you can see right there. I like how this looks. This looks much better in my opinion. Another thing I also do like is the fact with when let's go ahead and open this up right here. So it's the windows. It's dual pane windows. This helps with the interior soundproofing, which is a great way to transition into speaking about how awesome and premium the new interior is, because it's getting really windy outside. So let's get right in here. Wow, it just got super windy outside for no reason. But nonetheless, actually, it's probably going to rain in a little bit. And I hope you guys don't mind just like these types of videos where I'm just literally talking to the camera. But pretty much the interior, after using this for 4,000 miles, I've gotten used to it. I've gotten used to not having any gear stocks, used to having my gear stock pretty much on screen, having my turn signals right here on the steering wheel. And it feels weird when I go back to just a regular car that has gear stocks and turn signals. It's like, I don't know how to say it, but since I've gotten used to this, the other day I was driving a Honda Accord, and I'm pressing the wheel to turn, but I'm like, wait, this car doesn't have a turn button. It has a normal selector, so I have to hit that selector to turn for the turn signal, and it just felt really weird. And so I can say this, I've used this plenty to get used to it, and I don't know if I would probably go back to having a regular vehicle. I think at this point I'll just be going electric for now, but you know, we'll see. The infotainment system right here, super fluid. I've been using full self-driving, and I'm going to get to that in a little bit, but very fluid, very fast. Software updates are coming directly from Tesla, and they're super quick, at least depending on the software version you have. Watching YouTube and Netflix during my downtime, like let's say I'm just waiting in the car or I'm just munching on something, it's nice to have that. I have internet here, so they actually have a browser here. So if you want to buy a Tesla, inside a Tesla, you have that. It's like right here. We got the browser, and you can pretty much buy a Tesla inside a Tesla, which is pretty cool. Anyway, this minimalism, I've also gotten used to it. I've added some accessories, which I will be putting out a separate video on. I'm still building like my video about my Tesla accessories, but like I got a stand here for my phones. I got a charging pad, just like a cover. I've got some inside storage right here. I've got a cup protection kind of thing. I've got a armrest from Spigen right here. Like I've got more storage right here. I've got more storage right here. Like I've got some covers right there. I've got some accessories, I'll put it that way, and I'll be putting that in a separate video as I do complete my Tesla Model 3 accessory video. But for these ones I have right now, you can find them links in the description down below. But the minimalism here, some may not like it. It's either like you really like this or you just don't like it. And for me, I really do like it. Now, the one thing I also do enjoy especially is the rear passenger seats, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. I'm gonna get right out real quick and just show you just like this, but that screen right there. You can watch Netflix, you can watch YouTube, it's all great. Oh, and I have some storage right down there too. I've got these Tesla mats. So yeah, I'm still working on the accessories, like I said, but nonetheless, like rear passengers can enjoy watching Netflix or YouTube while out on the road. Let's get back into the front because it's still windy outside, and that's really not what I was originally planning. I was planning to have today as a good sunny day, but I guess it doesn't really go well. These front seats, ventilated and heated, and right now I'm using my ventilated seats, and they're great. So it works in the summer. I just turn them on within like 5 minutes. My car is all cooled and set and ready to go. It's a huge welcome for me. My previous vehicle didn't have it, which was a 2012 Honda Civic, and you're switching from that to this is like just a generational leap. It's huge. Everything I've come to adore with this, when I switch back to different vehicle to use for a day, like I'm really missing it, especially when it comes to having ventilated seats in the summer. I don't like the heat, and these ventilated seats really do help. So when I drive a vehicle that doesn't have it, I'm like, where are these ventilated seats? Nonetheless, everything else about this also is premium. This Alcantara right here is also really nice. Look, I really want to have that new car feeling. I still didn't remove this. I know some people are starting to point that out, but I don't know. It's just like, it's just become a thing in there. I'll probably end up removing that eventually, but for the time being, it's going to stick around there. Now, the important thing is the driving experience, and I love it. Absolutely love the driving experience. It's super smooth. It's quick. It's just everything you would expect from a Tesla. And even though it's 0 to 60 in 4.2, and that may be fast for most people, it's still not fast. And I'll put it this way: this is a quick car. It picks up quick, but it's not a fast car. Its top speed limit is like 125, so it's definitely not going to pass any other vehicles long road. But it picks up quick, and I really do like that. And EVs are usually heavy vehicles. They weigh on the heavier side because of their batteries, and surprisingly this picks up really quick. The steering wheel is a little bit more, it's difficult to move. Like you can feel a little how heavy it is compared to other steering wheels, but again, driving this for more than 4,000 miles, you get used to it. And I've taken this on a road trip. I've taken this on a 4-hour, like 4-hour. No, I've taken this on a like 2.5, 3-hour road trip, 180 miles, and a 400-mile, 7-hour road trip. And even those, just going on those 2 road trips, I've quickly gotten used to the experience on this. Also, really smooth and quiet, especially quiet in the interior. I can hear the person next to me when I'm driving on the highway too. My previous vehicle, Civic, it was loud. It was very loud, and I really like that car, but it was a coupe too, and this just is a huge, again, like I said, generational upgrade for me. But of course, there have been times when, I would use a normal gas-powered car, and it feels loud and rough, and some may agree and some may not. That's just my personal thing and what I see in my experience. This Model 3 long range, it's quite easy to use, and I'm sure it's the same with the standard range, and even with the new performance, that's like quicker. I think it was like 2.9 seconds 0 to 60. I would have picked up the performance had it been available when this was released back in January. It's not. And, you know, when it was first unveiled at the end of April, the Model 3 Performance, I was kind of bummed out at first, but I've gotten used to it. I'm super happy with my purchase of the Model 3 long range, and I have a separate video as well coming out on whether the long range is worth it when you have the standard or when you have the Performance. Another thing is the fact, like, let's say I put on my seatbelt, it's able to detect whether I'm going to go into reverse or if I'm going to drive forward. So that's something I also do appreciate. Full self-driving though, that's the huge thing. I ended up purchasing it for 99 bucks a month. You can go full self-driving at one-time payment of $8,000. I went ahead and just picked up the $99 a month. And it's awesome. I'm waiting for the new update where it gets rid of the steer wheeling, like the steer nag, where you have to kind of like move the steering wheel a little bit to make sure, you know, you're paying attention. It's going to rely on the camera right on top. From now on, I think it was 12.4. Right now, I think I'm on 12.3.6 and it still has that, but I can't wait. I also, at the time of this recording, have not received the version 12 UI interface, the software update. So I'm still rocking the older 11.1. So a video on that is also going to come whenever I do receive it, of course. But full self-driving, it's still like, even though I've used it for almost 2 months now, like I still cannot truly accept the fact that the car drives itself from point A to point B. It's just like, wow, I'm really living through this. And for others who, you know, friends and family that I've had sit in their passenger seat and watch the car drive, they're in awe. I've had rear passengers watch in awe, like, wow, this car can do this. Some may not accept the fact that it's like a full self-driving, but forget the naming of it. It literally takes you from point A to point B. When you put in the address, especially when you put in the address, it does everything on its own. There are flaws here and there, but like 95% of the time, it is getting you there without any issues whatsoever. Here's the thing though, like, for example, like, I'm in the Target parking lot. And what it'll do is, like, let's say I put in the address to Target, it'll bring me to the front of the store and that's it. It's not going to park the car for me. So I'm going to have to go separately and choose where I want to park, and then it'll park and it'll back up. I've never seen, or every time I've tried it, I've never had the Tesla kind of pull in but back up into a parking space. So just something I've noticed I want to share with you guys. Price in the end, after 4,000 miles, I got it for a little bit cheaper. I think I got it for like 44 when it was first unveiled. Now it's going for like 47. You're still not getting the tax incentive. There are rumors circulating that it might qualify. The standard and the standard rear wheel, as well as the long range, will qualify for $7,500. But as of right now, it doesn't, and it's 47. I think starting price, somewhere around that ballpark. Whereas the Performance is like 53, 54-ish starting, and you get the $7,500 off. So you're getting the Performance for just a little bit cheaper with the tax incentive included, and depending on your state tax incentive, then you're getting it cheaper rather if you went and picked up the long range. Again, keep those in mind if you are interested in picking this up. So it was an important factor for me, price, and I was able to purchase the car with the help and with the growth of my main YouTube channel, MTG Productions. I was able to put down a pretty good amount of a down payment, and I used the YouTube business to pay for my car while my normal job pays for everything else, for my other groceries and for, you know, savings and all that stuff. And I wanted to make sure that I would only buy this car if my business, my YouTube channel, would pay for it. My YouTube channel does include things like Google AdSense. It does include things like affiliate links and sponsorships, brand deals, digital products, all that stuff. They're included in the business, and that's how it is paying for the car. So again, if you're coming from MTG Productions, thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. And if you're new to this channel, Tesla Volt, hey guys, I also have a main channel. I make tech videos, and it kind of makes sense as to why I went and got a Tesla. Although, like I said, they raised the price by about $3,000 from when I bought it in January to now. But still, it's not too bad. Again, all in all, like, just to wrap things up, I'm super happy with this vehicle, with the 2024 Tesla Model 3 long range and 4,000 miles. I haven't experienced literally any issues in the driving. Pretty much like any driving issues I have not experienced. Again, this is going to change from driver to driver and how you drive the car. And at first, yeah, I would pick up real quick. I really want to feel that momentum where I get pushed back into my seat, but I've come to, you know, get used to it, and I don't do that often anymore. But everything else about the car has been phenomenal. I think tire rotations may be coming up soon, so that's something I have to get taken care of. They say that with EVs, tires do kind of their lifespan dies out quicker than regular cars, and I kind of see what it means. But for now, my car has been great. I've had no issues with the driving, with the quality of the car, both exterior and interior. Again, some upgrades I'm going to make. I'm probably going to get like brake calipers, the ones they have on the Performance. I really want to put those on my long range, even though it's not a Performance. Just want to make this car a little bit better. Some have asked me, are you going to wrap this car? And while it's in the plans of wrapping this car, it's that's a purchase. And thank you for passing right by me when there's a road right there and right. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about that Lexus. We're talking about Tesla. So while I do plan on wrapping this vehicle, it's just something that's not in my budget as of right now. But I've looked into options, and I personally would like a matte, like army green type of color. I don't know. Let me know what color would go really well with this. Now I'm looking at the configurations. I kind of wish I got a white interior, but again, phenomenal car. Beautiful car, definitely recommend it. Decent amount of storage in the back and in the front. So if you're looking for a sedan that's fun and easy to use with a decent amount of storage, this is going to be it. And I've got so much more videos coming up about this car, and I'll continue to share my experience as I continue to add more miles with this vehicle. Like, this is here to stay for a while. And Tesla Volt, we're going to be talking about other Tesla vehicles too. So if I do upgrade to a Tesla Model Y refresh, whenever that does come out, maybe next year, who knows? Even though Elon Musk had recently tweeted that there's no Model Y refresh coming out this year. But if it does come out sometime soon, and if I'm able to make the change or be able to afford it, then I will pick up Model Y refresh. Who knows? But for the time being, I'm really happy with this car. If you're looking to get a Model 3 refresh, standard, long range, performance, definitely check it out. I think it was well worth the wait. You're going to love this car. And I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Definitely be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Lots of great content coming soon. I'll catch you guys in the next one.